All right, welcome to the Watchtower. We are not even a day.
No, we're hours.
We're
hours
mere
away from
hours
the
away
release.
from the
Very
release.
soon.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. We're very excited to be here, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll tell you what, it's been quite a run.
This is the final
Yeah,
countdown.
Yeah, I just can't believe we're here now finally after all the work everybody's put in for so long.
A lot of work people put into this game, and we're moments away from the game being out. I'm going to call it moments. Is it okay to call it moments?
Moments
Yeah.
works. Absolutely.
Astronomical time, yes.
So yes. So let's talk real quick about a couple things, then we're going to talk to you about some things.
Sure.
You're not in trouble. Don't worry.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So first of all, thanks for everybody for watching all of our streams and sticking with us.
It's been a lot of fun.
It's been a great time, and we've had a lot of people here to watch us and learn about the game and be a part of our community, and it's been really amazing.
And write really nice things in the chat. They all do.
They all-
Very sweet.
Good. Give them a reason not to. We're very excited to have done this for you. It's one of my favorite things to do every week. Just being able to communicate with all of you guys and show you what we're doing. And now, tonight, you get to see what we've been doing and play it with your own hands, and I couldn't be happier. And thank you, everyone, for watching.
Yep.
So, thank you, guys. We'll see you next.
And we will still play with the community.
We will do
and
that.
Stuff like that.
We have badges you can get.
Oh, don't talk about it yet.
When are we going to talk about it?
We talk about what we're doing later.
Got it.
Got it.
So that's
the agenda.
I guess that's a spoiler.
Don't worry about that.
We got Matt over here. Say hey, Matt.
Hey, everybody.
Hi, man.
One quick note. We were originally going to do a stream tonight.
We were.
We decided not to do a stream tonight.
Correct.
And the reasoning is we want you guys just to play the game. Get in there, play the story, which we'll be talking about today. Start getting some gear. We'll be back to play very soon. We'll be back to show you DLC. We're going to take a break tonight and enjoy playing the game with you.
Yeah, so what will we be doing tonight?
Probably being online.
Yeah, so we're going to be online playing the game, and if you get matched up with me or Tyler, and you beat us, you get a developer badge and
For being
icon.
us.
Yes.
Yep. And you'll see it because it has like the little part of the NetherRealm logo fire with
Yep.
like a gold version of the logo.
Yes.
That's how you know it's us. So keep in mind for that. Here we go.
Yeah.
Dom.
Yes,
tell
sir.
everyone your full name so I don't mess it up.
No problem. I'm Dominic Cianciolo, cinematic director here at NetherRealm. Worked on the story as well as the in-game dialogue for the game.
I think I would have got that. I think I would have got your name right. I think I would have if
You
I would have tried.
messed that up.
His Twitter's right there, so you can tweet Dom with any lore problems you have.
I'm sure I'll get them.
The lore cops will be out.
Lore cops. So you write the story.
Yes,
With
with,
the team.
Sean Kittleson
Yeah.
and I, yes, we wrote the story together.
Big shout out to Sean Kittleson, who cannot be here, who
Yes.
lives in a different city.
2,000 miles away.
Yes, we do hope to have him on at some point, but you're going to be in his stead with him. We'd like to
Yes.
have both of you here, so you get to speak for Sean today and say whatever you want to.
Could we Skype him in?
He can trace me.
We cannot.
Oh, okay.
Not yet. Nice try, though, Derek.
Well, I tried.
He'll be around soon.
He will. So
Yeah.
we'll have him on at some point. So you've written some other games for NetherRealm, of course, too. Help us
Yeah, I
out.
started writing with Mortal Kombat 9, and so co-wrote Mortal Kombat 9, Injustice 2, as well as MKX.
Awesome.
Fabulous.
So you and Sean have a partnership going where you both get to write this amazing story.
Yeah, this is our first time writing together as a team. He, of course, was with DC when we did the first Injustice and was very helpful from their end,
Right.
helping us develop that story.
Awesome. Sean's a great dude.
I love Sean.
Oh, yeah.
And let me tell you this. I have played the story all the way through. It's awesome.
Thank you.
I loved the story. I thought it was great. I felt felt all the feels you want to feel, right?
Absolutely.
It was really good.
And like, so who is your favorite DC character? Not necessarily in the story or anything like that, but just, as you write these,
Yeah,
great stories.
curveball.
Yeah. We didn't practice once, so let's go with it.
Well, I mean, I think I really developed an affinity for Green Arrow in the first Injustice as well as here. I mean, he's got a great attitude. He's very funny, and it's a challenge to make sure that you're as funny as Green Arrow can be.
Sure.
Right.
Awesome.
So let's talk about something really important that I think about the game is for a good game, you have to have high stakes. And in this game, we have high stakes because we have a bad guy that seems pretty unstoppable. So kind of want to talk about Brainiac. Why Brainiac? Why was he chosen as the bad guy for this game?
Well, I mean, we had to really top ourselves from the last game, right? Every sequel has to be bigger, badder, more dangerous.
Right.
We had Dictator Superman at the end or in First Injustice as our big boss. How do we top that? So you got to go galactic. You got to go with somebody like Brainiac, who threatens everyone in the DC universe and forces people to make alliances that maybe they didn't think they were going to have to make hard choices. And he really allowed us to focus in and take that Batman versus Superman conflict in a different direction.
Right. And the thing that I like about it, there are times in the story where Brainiac seems so overpowered.
Right.
Brainiac's OP
Yeah.
as a
Right.
bad guy, right? There are times where like they're talking and you're like, I don't know if they can do this.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
like there's some really good moments like
He
that.
does
where,
take over worlds,
Yeah,
right? Like, I mean, it's kind of powerful.
So Brainiac just a big bad to kind of just take it up to the next level. Like Superman's
Oh, yeah.
here, then we got Brainiac who can pretty much do whatever he wants to, and we
Yeah.
got to get together and figure this out.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's you know, he likes to preen himself, but you hear that he's smarter, he's stronger, he's got better tech than anyone else.
Right.
I mean, how do you defeat a villain who has all those advantages? And that's what we're faced
Do
with in the
they?
story.
We don't know.
I don't know.
Talk about this. So, moving characters from Injustice 1 to Injustice 2, like the progression of how they, you know, how they think, things that have happened between. Like, how do you show all that? How do you explain everything like that?
Well, we had to, you know, follow where we left off in the last game, have things make sense for everybody. And obviously, Superman was defeated. He was in prison. We knew he was going to start there. Batman presented an interesting challenge for us because he's now forced to be in a different role than he has been before. In the first game, he's unmasked. Everybody knows who Batman is. He kind of semi-retires at the end of the first one because he's now being looked to by everyone to help piece this world back together now that Superman's been defeated. And he's very uncomfortable in this role at the outset. And you definitely see that in the story as things develop. And in some ways, I think he's made more comfortable once Brainiac shows up because this is a threat that he can deal with and he's more in his wheelhouse than nation building.
We talked about that earlier. It's just like the leadership skills of Batman maybe aren't made for this, right? He has that's not Batman. He's in the shadows, and he's not the guy who's like, "Hey, can you go give me some water?"
Yeah, he usually kind of like works in the shadows by himself,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Like,
Let's talk more about the thing that like the fans really get into, and as well they should, is intros, clashes, all of that dialogue that allows you, I guess, to tell the story even when they're fighting their friend. Like you can continue the story.
Yeah, the intros and the clashes allowed us to get a lot more into the characters in a way that you just simply can't in story because there's not enough time. So we could deal with the fact, you know, how is Green Arrow in the game? Where did he come from? You know, leveraging the work that Tom Taylor did in the comics. Maybe people weren't aware of that, explaining it and getting that out to people.
Right.
You know, getting more deeply into the relationships between Batman and Harley and why Harley is the way she is in this game, and also introducing the new characters that people may not be as familiar with their backgrounds, like Firestorm and Blue Beetle.
Right.
You know, we can do all that stuff in the intros that we just simply don't have enough minutes for its story, and it all complements it.
How many lines are there?
Wow, there are 13,000 individual lines of dialogue in the in-game, and because of the way we have the system developed to repurpose that in some ways, we have 6,000 plus intros in the game, all of which have been curated to make sense, so they all sound good together. There are 11,000 clashes, and then I think there's another 1,500 quips, the mid-round dialogue lines. So, and then we're also working on refreshing that dialogue as the DLC comes out. So there'll be some new things happening. So there always should be something new to listen for as we roll through the DLCs.
What I find super interesting is characters like, you have to have clash dialogue or intro dialogue for characters that may not hang out a lot together. Like Green Arrow and Scarecrow.
Yeah.
Like, what's that like?
Well, you have to rely on who these characters are and how they would see each other. So Scarecrow, as we all know, he's all about fear. So he's going to pick at what people are afraid of. Somebody like Green Arrow, I mean, a lot of it's about his relationship with Black Canary, the child they have together in our stories. So Scarecrow's going to sort of attack him about that fear of dealing with his family. Green Arrow, being the cut-up and being the tough guy, he's going to deflect with his humor and try to deflate that fear and put on that sense of bravado.
And I found that a lot in the actual story, too. He does a lot of that. He has a line...
He makes me laugh a lot.
He has a line that talks about a banana that might be my favorite line in the story.
Well,
Jokes.
don't ruin it, stop it.
I didn't.
Well,
That once they hear it, they're still going to laugh. Don't worry about that.
Fair.
Here's something that we deal with on a daily basis. It's like there are DC fans out there that know more than anyone in this building put together.
Correct.
There's people who are just DC fanatics, and we call them with Steve the lore cops. So how'd you learn all that stuff? Like, where did it all come from? How do you and Sean?
Yeah, I mean, Sean obviously, he was at DC for a while, is a big comic book geek as well, so his knowledge of all this stuff is extensive. I, of course, knew these characters, but it was really the first Injustice when we started reading everything available, going through all the animated series, watching all the movies, and really digging into it. And then, as well, just being fastidious about that research. I mean, there were all these characters that were still somewhat new to me when we started Injustice 2 that we really had to get into. And that was just, time spent and the research to get it done.
Did you have something?
Oh, no, I did not. But I could come up with something.
I have one more.
Okay. Did you have something?
Oh, I thought you were going to say something. So you were like,
No.
Okay. So voice acting.
Yeah.
I mean, I come from an acting background and, always really respect the work that actors do in these games. Our voice actors are second to none. Just amazing stuff. I want to know sort of just like how fun it is for someone who's a writer to write something that in your head you're like, this sounds like this. And then you hear a voice actor do it in a way that you may not have expected, but even may make the line better. Does that happen a lot? Do you have that with
Yeah,
with
certainly the actors, I mean, the good ones, will add shading to it that perhaps you didn't anticipate or interpret it in a much even cleaner way than perhaps you heard it. But then what you want is that level of craft. Like with, as we were talking before, Robert Englund, who plays Scarecrow, I had not had a chance to work with him before, didn't know what to expect, had no idea how much of an actor's actor he is. The craft that he brought into the room was just extraordinary. I mean, he wanted to play with every line and really dig into Scarecrow and the menace, and he was just having a great time with it, and it shows up on it. You know, Phil Lamar, he's played Aquaman for quite a long time. He knows the character inside and out. So when we had little turns of phrase that weren't quite Aquaman, he'd be like in the studio, he'd be like, no, that's not Aquaman. Just tweak that. It's like, all right, yeah, no, it's fine. Phil, you know this. Let's go. And it made it better.
That's got to be a lot of fun to deal with. I mean, just hearing these people put life into the words that you write. It's got to be a lot of fun.
And certainly one of the things that was new for us in this game, we hadn't done in a while, is with the ladder endings. You know, we've always had them narrated by the announcer. Right. This game, because of the extended dialogue schedule we actually had the time available to have the actors and the characters narrate their own endings. So they're all written in first person, really cool. And it gives them, and the actors really get a chance to luxuriate in that and create more than they get to with necessarily the in-game dialogue.
I've played through really about 14 of them in the last couple of days, and it is awesome hearing the characters just sort of out of their own mind sort of talk about what happens next. It's really cool to hear.
Yeah, like so, even in design, when we hear that sounds are coming in and things like that, we'll just sit, before the characters are even done being modeled, we'll just sit and listen through all the audio banks and be like, oh man, Robert Englund sounds awesome, right? Like it brings it to life for us too. It's so much fun.
One thing I want to mention, this is kind of has to do with sound, that the subtitles this time, you can actually... You can have subtitles in one language and the voice in another.
Correct.
So if you have friends who are from another country watching with you, they can enjoy it at the same time, which I think is just another added awesomeness that we're adding to the game.
Another layer of wonderful.
Another layer of wonderful. Anything else you would like to add about the writing process of this game?
You know, I'm glad we finally get to share everything with everybody. It's been a long time coming and a lot of work. We spent 6 months alone just writing in-game dialogue, so it's a huge amount. Hope everybody gets to listen to all of it. You know, play a lot because you'll be able to hear absolutely everything we've got.
Well, we will say it's very important that when we accidentally skip through intros when we're playing each other, like when we get a heated battle and we're on stream, we skip through it. We hear about it from the stream. Yeah, because they get so mad that we're not letting people hear the conversations. Like we want to hear it too, but when we're in the zone sometimes, we just got to move.
Right, absolutely.
Sure, no, I get it.
Rematch.
But thank you so much. Actually, we're going to show some stuff here. Get another guest here. We're going to show the first chapter of the story, just to kind of add what you've done and bring Marty in to talk more about that. So, excellent. Thank you so much. This has been Dom. You can follow him on Twitter. Let's go. Let's move on to the next chapter of the show.
Oh, what do we have next? Oh wait, you just said it.
Yeah, we're gonna let Matt push some buttons now.
Yeah, we'll push the buttons, Matt.
We can both like the color green.
My take on the ring is unique.
I'll be the judge of that.
What's your deal?
I'm Power Girl. Playing dress up.
More like beat 'em up.
I was too late to stop you last time.
I have racked up an impressive kill count.
Better slow it down.
And we have a new guest.
We're back.
A first-timer.
First time.
Welcome. What is your name, sir?
Marty Stoltz.
Marty Stoltz, everybody. And your job here at NetherRealm is?
I am the Cinematic Development Director.
Oh, so just in layman's terms, what does that mean?
I mean, I direct all the story mode, and I'm pretty much in charge of the cinematic team, and more where I get the script from Dom and Sean Kittleson, and I take it and make a movie out of it.
Make a movie. So let's just discuss that. So, you know, a lot of times when people are making movies, they have a lot of time. They have 2.5 hours uninterrupted without fights in the middle to tell a story. You have to do it a little bit quicker, but we're still able to get all the motivations out from a character.
Right. It all comes down into the pacing. In a movie, you make your scenes, they all play together, and it goes to maybe a location change or a climactic moment, where our climactic moment is that moment where you grab the controller and want to beat the heck out of somebody.
Like the players are in charge of the climactic moment.
Pretty much,
Somewhat.
that's it. We're leading to that.
Right.
Like I have to engage the people that are playing the audience enough that they want to pick up that controller and they want to get into a fight. So if I don't do that enough, the motivation might not be there as much. And if I do it too much, then why have the fight? You know. So it's sort of that balance to get ready and play.
I will say this: after playing this story this weekend, I did feel some of those moments where I was like, I really want to get this fight on.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
there's moments where I
that's what
want
I'm working,
to kick some butt.
The other thing is too, you don't want to have too many minutes in between the fights. I mean, we have some scenes that are like 10 minutes between the fights, maybe a little longer. You don't want to get into the range where you're 15 minutes in. You know, you'll just kind of forget about the gameplay, and it's really about the gameplay.
I never felt that, which is good.
Yeah,
like
I can say I've never felt that.
and we've all played games where sometimes the cutscenes may take a little long for. I mean, I feel like we have a really nice and it's all about pace. Like your job.
It's all about pace. It's all a
pace.
roller coaster ride. You know, you get, and it's kind of like a sine wave. You know, you have your really fast action scenes, and then you have your slow dialogue scenes that are important. No one wants to play that. That's why you have the cutscenes. So, but they all have to pace at a certain rate so it doesn't get too boring or you don't get too worn out watching it.
And the story just sucks you in so much that time literally flies.
Yep.
It's so good.
There's a couple times where like there's a huge like climactic moment inside of your story in the story scenes, and then you go into another fight and you're like it just keeps ramping you up, and then there's a drop, and then there's a really good pace to it. Like, I really enjoyed that. So today, what we're gonna do, we thought it'd be fun. So we're going to show the first chapter of the story, right?
Let's do
Opening
it.
cutscene included. So what's going to happen is, during the fights, over top of the fights, Marty, you're going to explain kind of some of the reasons and maybe some influences you had, and just like sort of what your thoughts were in making it. So we're kind of to do a little bit of a director's cut, sort of while Derek's fighting. So don't beat him up too bad with
I'm going
that.
to try not to. Absolutely.
So we won't be talking during the actual cinematics.
Correct.
Matt even may mute us.
Are we ready?
I think we're ready.
Let's do this. Oh.
quickly. ship. It just... Argo City's gone. Millions of people.
That's only the beginning. Brainiacs destabilized the planet's core. Krypton won't hold together much longer.
But all your research, isn't there something you can do?
That's why we're here.
A spaceship? That's what you've been working on?
Your uncle Jor-El discovered a planet that can sustain Kryptonians, far away from Brainiac. He's built a ship just like this for your cousin Cal.
But Cal... he's just a baby.
Which is why you'll need to protect him. Teach him our ways.
Me teach him? What about you? No. No, I won't leave you. Please, please don't make me.
I can't come with you, but you'll never be alone. You belong to the House of El Kara, a house of hope. Never forget that. Never give up hope. Get in.
In my years fighting crime, I've learned one truth. That every villain is the hero of his own story. Superman was no exception. The Joker drugged him, tricked him into killing his pregnant wife Lois, and made him trigger the bomb that nuked Metropolis. So when Superman killed the Joker, I understood why. We all did. But once that line was crossed, there was no going back. He gave himself and the Justice League a new mandate. Stop all crime before it happened, by any means necessary. But he couldn't see his good intentions were leading him down a path of tyranny and evil. That's how our greatest hero became our greatest threat.
So what if Superman's pulling criminals out of Arkham? They're the worst of the worst.
He's going to kill them, Damian.
Sounds like justice to me.
Killing people isn't justice. Superman can't see that. He's grieving. He needs time to heal.
Yeah, and what if it had been Gotham? If Joker had killed me, your own son? Thought you'd say that. It's not responding. We're being taken to the Batcave.
Prepare to eject.
Warning shot, Cyborg.
I won't hurt you unless I have to.
You're gonna have to.
My friends were in Metropolis, Batman. Starfire, Beast Boy, gone. We do this. That never happens again.
You're right to be angry, but it's not a blank check. And the Justice League isn't a death squad.
All right, so there we go. That's the opening cinematic into Bruce Wayne. And so let's talk about the opening cinematic, some stuff that you want to talk about with that.
Well, if you notice in the first scene, when Kara is running out from behind the statue, and all the way till when the beta robots attack and chase her into the pipe, up until the point where we see Brainiac's ship, it's one shot. And it was kind of like what they did a lot in Children of Men, where they had one continuous shot following the character's adventure. And then, you know, you go through that whole bit where the betas are battling the soldiers, all one shot. And then I wanted the first cut to really be shocking, and that's the first cut is seeing the Brainiac ship in silhouette come down from the sky.
All right, that's awesome. I love the shot of Supergirl you were talking about, where it's kind of the pull-in and the
right. We had this moment. We wanted to have a little bit of a feeling of not relaxation, a feeling of shock right after the city's destroyed. But we wanted to lull the audience a little bit more, not have it too overpowering. So we did this old technique that they did in Vertigo, where they pulled the camera, they dollied in, and they zoomed out at the same time, and it creates sort of a visual parallax where the beta from behind Kara is displayed just by using the optics of the camera.
There's almost an unsettling feeling to it.
That's the idea, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Batman in the courthouse.
Batman in the courthouse. If you notice, it was originally supposed to be the United Nations, and we couldn't use the United Nations, so we changed it into the planetary courtroom. And we didn't want to show that it was a courtroom at first. I wanted to just keep it a little bit of a guess to the audience at times. So you notice the camera will spin around Bruce Wayne, spin around him, and it slowly goes into focus where we see judges, and we actually see a court symbol on the wall. And there was a lot of inspiration. You notice everyone standing above them was a lot of, like, from Star Trek VI, where you had the Klingon court, sort of that, where all the judges are high above the witness at the bottom of the scene. So that was sort of the inspiration for that.
Right, so our plan to have you explain this stuff while Derek was playing was working really well until Derek lost in story mode. Now, I want to tell everybody that Derek was trying to play as slowly as possible so we get good information out.
Right.
So let's
and that's what the retry screen looks like.
I noticed from the awe look on everybody's face.
Oh,
so
I'll tell you, the stream blew him up.
Oh, God.
So I do want to talk real quick. You mentioned this when you talk about when they get in the spaceship, that feeling of her seeing her mother.
Yes.
For the last moment. For
the last moment, and there were two ways we could play. We could make it a big moment, but I didn't feel that was the biggest moment. The biggest moment is her planet being destroyed and her going away from everything. And I thought it was even more horrific to see her mother's death, just like you would see something at the last second, and then she was gone, almost like she was a fading memory in her mind.
That's really cool. So it looks like Derek might win this.
We're rooting for him here.
We'll see. Oh, there we go. So after this fight, we're gonna mute ourselves back up and see the next part of the chapter, and we'll talk again at the next fight.
Stop it.
Stop it. We'll see you guys after this.
But Superman's wrong. Your glider skills need work.
Yeah, I'm fine. Thanks for asking.
Let's go.
So you won't kill, but you're fine with traumatic brain injuries.
Secure the loading docks.
Here to help, Bruce?
Yes, to keep you and Clark from making a terrible mistake.
None of us wanted this, but the Joker forced our hand. Metropolis changed the world. Now we have to change with it.
Not like this.
Of all people, I thought you would understand.
He was the cinematographer of Star Trek.
So here we go. We're now having a fight. So let's talk a little bit about the relationship between Batman and Robin.
If you notice, well, it's obviously not a good relationship. We know that if we are familiar with the story at all. But Batman never looks at Robin. He never looks at Damian at all. He just they avoid eye contact, and I wanted to do that just to show that it was a strained relationship. That their problems have been, maybe communication problems where they could never talk to each other. So little things like that show that things aren't going well between them, obviously.
And then also I love it, the big entrances. Wonder Woman had a grand entrance.
That's something I wanted to do this game, was give every character, or as many characters as I can, a really good entrance that personifies their existence, their personality, who they are. And bad guys get a bad guy entrance too as well, or a bad guy moment.
Right, I think that's really cool. Just watching her kick those gates open, and just really shows that she's there. Yeah. She's very powerful, and it gets you ready for a fight.
She's an aggressive character. She's about war, and I just wanted to show that aggressiveness right from the beginning.
Absolutely. All right, Derek, let's see if you can win this one real quick.
I don't know. I'll try.
Part of it is
somehow there'll be a comeback.
Part of it is to the performance. The actors really did a good job of doing these kind of kicks and stunts and going through the face actors, and also the animators really did a great job in making this all come to life, to give you these moments.
Tell me the truth. Where is he?
Cell block C. You can't turn your back on him. He needs you.
That's why I came.
Doc, what are they gonna do with us? Where we going? I ain't going nowhere till you tell me what's happening.
Get back in line. Now. Two minutes.
You're better than this, Clark.
These inmates are irredeemable. They're thieves, rapists, murderers. Like the Joker. That's the problem with fighting for truth and justice. The battle never ends.
And executing them will end it? First Joker, now this. When does it stop?
When there's no more crime. When people can live without fear. We want the same thing, Bruce.
I wanted to kill my parents' murderer. I could have. But that's not the life they wanted for me. And it's not the life Lois would want for you.
Don't you put that on me. A red solar grenade.
To dull your powers, you need to stop. Take time to grieve before it's too late.
You wouldn't... You're supposed to be my friend.
Which is why I have to stop you.
All right, we're talking about entrances again. There's a big one.
There's a big one, and that is, I wanted to make sure that Superman just wasn't a superhero. He's an angry god, and he comes out. He's in the. You don't really see him at first. You see the glowing eyes, and then he comes out into the light, and there he is, bigger than life. And you set it up a little bit with guys maybe cowering in the corner as he comes out, and make him look like a fearsome character. The guy that you thought was the bad guy isn't anything compared to Superman, and even the guy Superman is rescuing is scared.
Right, and he's floating. He's above.
He's above everybody. Yeah. Exactly.
That's awesome. And then just like building the suspense between the two characters, between Batman and Superman.
We do that with distance. And there's a certain, if you notice, there's a good 20 feet in between them. And it plays a lot like a kaiju movie where you see Godzilla and another monster kind of slowly coming up to each other and things are getting smashed and tension builds. But it's sort of the same thing here. They have their dialogue, and it all it starts getting more heated, and it all terminates into this anger moment with Superman when Lois is mentioned.
Right.
And then when they actually physically get close to each other, there's a hand grenade between them.
Right.
So you build to that one moment where Batman basically crosses the line and ends their friendship at that point.
Yeah, that's this whole scene is just really beautiful to watch Superman float in and just get it going. So we're going to move on to the next scene. We'll be back after this.
Get away from me. Look who I found. Victor Zsasz. Psychopath. How many women have you killed?
121.
121. Huh. Sounds incorrigible to me.
Robin, let him go!
You'd rather fight your friends than the real problem.
I'm warning you, son.
Son? You didn't raise me. The League of Assassins did. Problem solved. Who's next?
Damn it, Damian! This is a line we do not cross.
Then stay on your side, Batman. I'll be on Superman's.
So here we are, Batman and Robin. The whole story up to here has been kind of setting up them facing off.
Them facing off, exactly. And then, oh, you mean Batman, Superman, right?
Oh yeah,
Batman. Yeah.
Well, I mean, even earlier, like with Batman and Robin's strained relationship, this is coming, right?
And in the end, it's rewarded with Robin going totally against Batman and having a victim with a knife at his throat, and Victor Zsasz.
Right.
And we wanted to make that very Kubrick-y, very distorted, wide-angle cameras looking up at them, just to make it feel a little unsettling and weird. And at that point, Robin's off the hinges at this point.
Right. Doing very well, Derek, this time. People were kind of blowing you up on stream, so now you're really going for it.
Well, yeah, I'm going in. That's what it is.
You notice even another moment when he does slice Victor Zsasz's throat, even Superman has a reaction.
Right.
And he looks back, and he's even taken back in horror. And that's pretty bad, because he's a big bad guy, you know?
Right. Now, there is something definitely that there's a great build-up between, even in the 15 minutes here where the Batman and Robin relationship seems so strained, and we end here. Like, this is where it gets to. And you see it happening the entire way. Batman not being there for him, really not respecting what he's saying, just being kind of Batman-y.
And I love the fact that Superman's in his classic Superman outfit as well. It's something that you recognize and know in the beginning.
Let's take him out, Derek.
Yeah? All right. Oh, of course I failed. Had one job.
All right. We'll see the next scene.
Damian. I never meant to.
You coward. We are at war with these animals. You think you're better than him? You let the Joker keep on killing. You couldn't save Lois or Jason or anyone.
That's enough. Let's go.
But the inmates.
Not today.
It's been years since the regime fell. Superman's behind bars. Damian, my own son, is there with him. But we can't ever forget why we put them there. We must stay vigilant.
I thought your goal was to reassure people, Mr. Wayne. You're not alone in rebuilding Gotham and Metropolis. But if we don't change some minds soon...
Thought that's why you hired that overpaid PR firm, Lucius.
Convincing folks to move back to these cities is a lot harder when they're afraid someone's gonna knock them down again.
Superman's never getting out. I made that clear.
But Wonder Woman, Black Adam, Aquaman, they're still out there somewhere. And seemingly immune to prosecution. I know you built Brother Eye to keep tabs on all those loose ends, but the public doesn't know.
Brother Eye's secrecy is critical. Our enemies can't fight something they don't know exists.
Well, then at least follow one bit of advice we paid those PR people so much money for.
What's that?
Be a little less Batman, a little more billionaire playboy. Get out around town in the daylight. And smile. Focus groups show people feel safer when they see you smile. That would be your other job. Bruce, consider widening your circle of trust. Nobody wins all by themselves. Not even you.
As a reception area, this place needs a lot of work.
Dinah, Oliver, thanks for coming on short notice.
You're lucky we found a sitter.
My great-grandfather built the original Gotham Underground. But these days, it's the Batcave. And this is Brother Eye.
More like the Eye of Sauron. Surveillance hub?
More than that. A communications hub, linking every satellite and server on the planet. It warns us when trouble's coming, and guides us when trouble's here.
Must take a real genius to operate.
I don't know about genius, but I do got a PhD.
Right. There we go. We're going to stop there. We gave you a little bit more because Derek really wanted to see that reveal.
I love
that was a great
Harley.
reveal. That's all you're getting, though. You can start playing this story this evening, or, as we've talked about, if you want to go through that stuff again, you can play it on mobile right now. So there we are.
I cried a little bit because it's so good.
Marty, thank you so much. Why don't we talk one thing real quick? One of my favorite scenes from the beginning is Superman grabbing Robin by the arm and pulling him up.
Wanted to make that more of a it's a bad guy moment. You notice Robin looks down at Batman with this sort of a sneer, but it's almost like a Michelangelo painting where the angel comes and grabs Abraham or whoever he grabs and he lifts him off into the heavens, and that's the feeling of that. Again, getting back to the God of Superman, of taking that aspect of something that we know and seen in terms of.
And when you hear that, you're like, oh, that makes total sense.
It makes total sense at that
So
point.
I hope you guys enjoyed our little director's cut we did today.
It was pretty good.
Marty, you and your team did an awesome
They
job.
did a great job. We have a very experienced, well-run cinematic team, and they did a fantastic job of pulling this off.
I think it looks wonderful. Guys, we're going to bring Steve Brown back in after this real quick, so we can have a couple matches. Then we're going to cut it off, and we're going to get ready
for the release
to launch Injustice 2. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you to Marty Stoltz, everybody.
Thank you, Marty.
Awesome. Matt, let's show some stuff. And we're back. You're only in here to do some commentary and talk a little bit, but we want to bring, I feel like this time around, the combat cast was you and me, and I kind of feel like Steve is now one of the co-hosts as well. So welcome to the team
I appreciate
officially.
that. I appreciate that.
The fans always love watching you play and hearing you talk about it, and you're definitely a credit to what we do here, and thank you for being so good all this whole time.
Thank you.
Steve.
And I don't want to miss the last one before the game comes out.
I know,
It's
right?
true.
I got to see this.
Can you do your impression of me again? Because it's like looking into a mirror.
Oh, wow, so wacky!
It's totally me. It's so good.
When I came in today, it was exactly what you want from Derek Kurtzik in The Office.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Steve!
Is that what they sound like?
Yeah.
Sound
like an old lady?
I feel like the attitude's
Boston?
there. I don't know.
And then later, I was walking by to go to the bathroom or get a drink or something, and you're just randomly singing something.
Yeah.
That's
sing through your day.
That's
how you
what
do it.
people do, Steve.
Yeah.
Happy people sing through their day.
It warms the heart.
Oh, well, I've never been happy.
So we're going to do 3 out of 5.
Well, okay. Fabulous.
There'll be nothing more, nothing less than 3 out of 5. If you lose, you can choose new characters. Whoever wins gets the lantern for a little while.
Well, I'm going to take this seriously. I'm going to put on my pair of Michelangelos. That's right. Classy. Let's do this.
Yeah, classy.
Woohoo! It's going to be fun.
I wish you luck.
Yes.
All right, so Darkseid right off the bat. There's just no question. Would you say Darkseid's your main, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I play other characters though later?
You can, but you're officially Darkseid your main.
I'm going to focus on Darkseid.
Okay. Now we have not seen Derek's Flash since Bane.
Yeah.
That was quite a while ago.
I don't think he's played it much either.
No, I have not. But
My will be done, Barry Allen.
Stop this before people get hurt.
Their suffering is my will.
Can I check my buttons real quick?
No.
Okay.
No, you cannot. All right, teleport to start. Character power out. Whoa, gets interrupted. Flash cannot block when his character power is active. So that's one of its major weaknesses. Now, this is an interesting match for Flash, because Flash, when he's up close, is a tremendous character. Big damage, good ways to open you up, but from a distance, he struggles. But right now, Tyler hasn't been able to keep Flash away. Okay, air beams, Very good use of meter burn roll. Pendulum's in play there.
No.
Okay. Wow, wake up beam.
No.
The air beam so far has been very effective at keeping Flash away. Meter burn roll. Now, meter burn rolls are invincible, but throws actually beat most invincibility, including a meter burn roll. So that you can actually throw them through it. That's a good way to punish it if you anticipate it.
Got my hot dog? Nah. Throw it down. Ooh.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if Tyler can get his setups going, because there's been a lot of chatter about his setups. You see, you missed that. While you were gone, Tyler learned a bunch of setups, and he's now known as like a kind of a set play, trap-based player.
Okay. Yeah, dude.
You're a trap-based player?
Yeah, and he still has the fundamentals from before.
You've leveled up.
All right, there we go.
Shoot.
Parademon.
Shoot.
Now Tyler's very close to having super. Wow, I like that teleport, but good answer. Flash's down 2 is fantastic. Definitely one of the better down 2s.
Oh! Oh!
You got frozen from the liquid on the ground.
Oh my goodness, this
Super's in play. Shoot. Oh, this is going to be a chip out situation.
No! Golly jeez.
That was a pretty decisive win.
Golly jeez.
I don't know if the Flash pick was...
You know, I just want to try something new. Try something fresh. Alright. Crap. Alright.
Alright. Now, there's a lot of options here. Cheetah, Harley...
There's a lot of options, like 28 of them. There's a lot of people we can pick here.
Right.
What do you got, buddy?
We could see a surprise Aquaman pick. Derek's known for his Aquaman.
That's true.
It's a back 2 based Aquaman.
Very good.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
All right. 1-0.
Poison Ivy's a possibility.
There's a lot of possibilities, Steve.
And you're very confident against Poison Ivy.
I feel pretty good against Poison Ivy.
Yeah.
You know, this match I haven't played very much, so this is actually... This is dangerous, making me feel a little nervous, but...
Danger zone!
Let's watch the intros, because Matt almost... gave us hell for it.
That's just a state of mind, sweetie.
Your lack of fear displays ignorance, not bravado.
I like her little bow tie. Oh, wow.
Geez.
Okay, so far, Darkseid is getting zoned, a position he's not used to. No punish on the cartwheel.
Oh.
Good anti-air. Okay. Not that much damage, but a little damage is better than none.
No.
Okay, beams. Oh! both have their minions out.
Crap.
Well, for Harley, they're not minions, they're pets. It's different.
Very different.
All right, low beam.
Come
low
on.
beam.
Come on.
Wow, these beams. Look at this. I like it. You know, 2 weeks ago, you were afraid the parademons were going to be too hard to use, and here you go. You're using them all the time. That's a good progression.
Thank you, Steve.
Come on, man.
Do you want to get rocked?
No.
Oh, whoa, explodey guy. Uh-oh. This is probably going to hit. Good aim. Wow.
Oh, I'm so mad at everything right now.
Now, Derek is going to have a lot of meters, so he's in a good position meter-wise. He can do super, he can clash.
I'm just going to go cupcakes.
And he's going to immediately waste it on cupcakes. Meter burn roll, though. Good use of the meter there. Oh, wow.
Overhead again.
No clash.
This is ridiculous.
Probably saving it for something wacky.
That's me.
All right, immediately blows the meter.
Hey, but I took his health bar, bro.
That's true.
That's true.
Like, come on, guys.
Derek's spending meter like a kid with their allowance. Just, I have it, it must be spent.
Uh-oh.
Okay, whoa.
No one's seen that
here.
before. Oh, shoot.
Oh,
shoot.
wow. That's just 2 dominant wins in a row.
Nothing's going for me whatsoever right now.
Well, while you've been out, Tyler's been leveling up.
I don't know if you heard, but I have some setups.
Yeah, he has setups.
Well, there's only one thing I can do.
What's that?
What the hell? What? Are you cool now?
May I have the sunglasses, please?
Absolutely. You deserve them at this point.
Thank you.
You look boss.
That
Holy crap.
That would have
Who's
been
this
a
guy?
cool look in 1995.
Thank you very much. And it was when I was in 1995. What are you doing? You playing a new character?
Yeah, I am on player select, aren't I?
Yeah.
It seems like it's time for Cheetah.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Crap.
Can I take the sunglasses off now?
No, you have to.
You have to play them.
You have to play with them.
Yeah, everyone knows that.
Yeah.
They hold back your Omega beams.
They haven't been this game.
Oh boy.
This is a hunt I've longed for.
It will be your demise, Cheetah.
You Hollywood as hell right now.
Dog.
There's a lot of confidence here. And I think Tyler plays best with confidence. All right, but let's see. Cheetah's in.
No, you can't. You put the sunglasses back on.
Cheetah is obviously a character that when she gets going, she is absolutely wild. You know, her range is not the best. Her mid-range game is relatively weak, but man, when she gets going, she's wild.
Wild.
Do it, Steve.
Oh. All right.
No.
This is Darkseid's wheelhouse. This is at home in Apocalypse. The zoning. Okay.
Oh, I missed that. It's bad.
Oh,
Shoot.
meter burn back 3.
Shoot.
A big chunk of damage. Cheetah's in a lot of trouble.
What?
Oh, nope, never mind.
Tried for an anti-air
She has
there.
tremendous jump attacks.
Yeah, I tried for an anti-air there. It didn't work out for me.
She has 3 good jump attacks.
Oh.
Okay. Running into those beams.
No. No! I hate every day.
And Tyler's on set point here.
Shut up, Steve.
He could get a straight 3-up. Oh, meter burn roll. Good. No
That
meter burn.
stinking knee. Every time.
Okay. Oh.
Oh.
Wow. This is looking very, very bad for Derek.
Thanks, Steve.
I still believe Cheetah could get in one time and turn things around immediately. It's going to take a lot of patience and then one good read. Here we go. This could be it. This easily could be it. And very good. Keeping Darkseid in the corner. Uh-oh.
It's bad for me.
This is really bad. I think... Oh.
Where did he go?
That was the worst thing I've ever seen.
I was definitely confused.
Both players. Oh! And that's it.
God! Come on!
Bogus!
That was just dominant. Have you been sandbagging the whole time? Since January?
One of the controllers is messed up. I don't care. Whatever.
Well, you can't mention that a controller's messed up now.
Well, I can't see the screen. Yeah, right.
May
No,
I-
I meant because the screen.
May I please? Oh yeah, we're sitting on one. Yeah. May I please see the ring? Thank you.
And this was the most important week.
And can I see the lantern as well, please?
If he goes into a damn speech, I swear to God, I'm going to be so pissed.
Please. All it took was a little bit of willpower.
Right.
A little bit of setups. Some eye lasers.
You didn't do your setup a single time.
No, I just did new setups called eye laser and he moves too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fully charged.
Fully charged. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching me beat Derek this week. Thank you for being here overall.
Yeah.
Derek,
Can I have the sunglasses? I'm gonna hide my tears.
Okay, Derek, let's be real for a little bit with everybody. Let's talk about how excited we are for the game tonight. First of all, guys, again, we mentioned it earlier from all of us, I think, and from the entire team here at NetherRealm. You know, I've said this before. They put out, I mean, that you guys create, right? The team creates. I'm lucky enough to be able to come and talk about it, right?
Absolutely.
So thank you so much for watching these streams and staying with us and learning all about this game. And tonight you're going to be able to play it, and I cannot wait to see you online.
We will be online.
We will. I'm going to give you a dose of eye lasers. I'm going to give you a dose of stomp. He's going to jump around a lot, but still win.
Yeah. I'm unpredictable.
So guys, we will see you very soon. Keep following us on Twitter. Keep following Ed Boon on Twitter. Follow us. We'll tell you when we'll be here next. You're going to see DLC here. We'll be back on to play you in a hot seat at some point.
Hot seat. God, that would be fun.
But tonight, guys, it's time for Injustice 2. We'll see you soon.
Yay.